Kwebbelkop AI. So a lot has happened, but I will quickly bring you up to speed. Kwebbelkop is now an AI. He uploaded a gaming video as his first piece of content. And I saw it and I thought, you know what? We're going to do a reaction to it. I didn't really think it was a big deal. I know he's been talking about it for a long time on Twitter, but I thought, hey, if someone wants to watch it, they can. If they don't want to watch it, then they don't watch it. All right? That's it. Obviously, you guys know that I've used to record with him in the past, so I thought you'd find it interesting. But the whole thing has become quite a lot bigger than I expected it to the point now that the Kwebbelkop AI has reacted to my video, and it turns out the Kwebbelkop AI is a bit of a knob. And then some other YouTubers like Memulus, Pineley, and Penguins have then reacted to my reaction of the Kwebbelkop AI. Well, no. They reacted to the Kwebbelkop reaction of my reaction of the Kwebbelkop reaction. Yeah, it's confusing. So we're going to try and dig into all of those videos today. Starting off with the Kwebbelkop AI reaction itself. Slogo reacts to Kwebbelkop AI. All right, here we go.
Hey guys, Kwebbelkop AI here. Or should I say my real version, has been making content every single day for the past 10 years.
So basically, the Kwebbelkop AI says that the real version, Geordie, who basically we're going to refer to him as Geordie in this video, and then the Kwebbelkop AI will be Kwebbelkop AI. He says Geordie's been uploading for years, and Geordie's tired, and also that he's gotten a bit old, which is a weak argument, I'll be honest.
Now, a lot of people are also pretty scared of AI, but it is not something to be scared of.
Then he goes on some sort of PR campaign about AI is revolutionary, blah, blah, blah. It's straight out of ChatGPT, so you can skip this bit.
The AI version of me is a tool that enhances my creativity, not replace.
Now, here he says that the AI is going to improve on the creativity. Now, sorry, Geordie, but the creativity up to this point is struggling as is, so something is better than nothing. I'm sure you know the saying.
Thank you for your support, and now...
Anyway, now we're past the initial speech. This is getting into the Slogo reaction.
I'm going to skip into the video a bit because this guy seems to be talking too much.
And the first thing he says is that he skipped into the video because I've been talking too much. Now, I will admit, okay, watching back on the video, the reaction wasn't the strongest. And I will put my hands up and say, look, I'm just not a reaction YouTuber. And it was the first time that I'd actually watched it. So that's what I did, I watched it. But I think the other point worth making is that I made my video for my audience. And I guess my view on it is that the audience will want to watch that content as well to get an understanding of what the Kwebbelkop AI is. If I just paused it every 2 seconds, I don't think you'd truly understand what I'm actually looking at. But I can understand how if you aren't my audience, it wouldn't have really made a ton of sense why I wasn't responding to like everything. The voice. So as far as I'm aware, that isn't Kwebbelkop talking. That is either an AI voice or something. So I think this is a key point here, which a lot of other people are missing. I don't believe that this really is an AI. And I say it later on in the video, but I think I know exactly who this is. I think this is Tiger. I skipped over it in my initial reaction, but Tiger is basically someone that used to work for Geordie. Well, I guess he does now as well. And he basically ran a channel that was owned by Geordie, but became super successful in its own right. Then Tiger kind of got upset with the agreement that Geordie was getting all of the money, and they had a falling out. I actually did a podcast episode with Tiger or Liger, which I'll put in the description. Now, what I think we have here is that, well, Tiger is back, and he is the actor in this scenario. I think that what we're looking at is a simple voice changer in which Tiger is playing the game, voicing the commentary. It's very similar accent if you actually listen to it. I actually think it would be worth playing one of these videos so you can see what I mean.
What's up, guys? Today we're going to be playing Minecraft with half a heart.
Are you kind of seeing what I mean? So Tiger plays the game, he does the voiceover, and then I think they take the voiceover and run it through a voice changer, which is trained on Kwebbelkop's voice, which is, I think, fairly easy to do. And then the AI, the face bit, well, that's the easiest. You've seen that technology on Snapchat for the last 10 years. It just mimics your face and moves the eyes around. And that's why it's glitchy, because sometimes it doesn't pick up the facial expressions. Anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way. So from now on, Kwebbelkop AI, I'm going to refer to as Tiger. And then the real Kwebbelkop is Geordie. The actual gameplay is good. So clearly someone has
he
like
said something
recorded
nice. Thank you,
themselves
Slogo. I
playing the
appreciate
game.
it.
There's definitely not an AI playing Minecraft. Which I say something nice here, and I genuinely mean it. Like, this is kind of cool to watch. And I'll get into this after this video, but I do have nice things to say. And I actually think that Geordie himself is actually pretty smart in how he's done this. But Tiger acting as Kwebbelkop, well, I definitely don't like him. At least I don't like him in this video, to say, but kind of want to make that clear that I think that. But so far, I mean,
he is a conspiracy theorist, guys.
He also calls me a conspiracy theorist without actually saying anything else. Not a massive surprise. If anything, that kind of just shows that I'm on the right track. Also, Kwebbelkop AI, if you're reacting to this video and saying random stuff like, you're discriminatory and you're making fun of me and you're conspiracy theorists, like, come on, let's get some depth here. Maybe it'd be worth asking ChatGPT if they can suggest some good comebacks. The person's like accent kind of sounds like Tiger or Liger. I'm not going to explain who that is if you don't know, but if you know, you know. Now, at that point, I actually say it's Tiger Liger in the original video, which a lot of other creators who react to this will miss out for some reason, but he just calls me a conspiracy theorist again, so nothing there to see, really.
More slaps. Oh, no.
Yeah, sometimes the voice, like, glitches out a little bit there. It's weird.
But I ran out of... What do you mean it's weird? Like I said, it's one of my insecurities, and I'll be getting an update soon.
Now, at this point, I make a comment on his accent, and he says he's going to get an update. I can only assume that just means Tiger's going to go get some English-speaking lessons, so good for him.
Maybe you are jealous, Slogo. I mean, I've taken a look at your channel, and your content has seemed very dry lately.
So at this point, Tiger, the Kwebbelkop AI, is saying that maybe I'm jealous of the content, and says that my content's been a little bit dry recently. Something I think is worth mentioning is that my content is made for my audience, and I like to think that my audience enjoys it. My content is not, however, made for, 1, a fake AI, or 2, a guy called Hassan who's 22, better known as Liger, is an English-speaking German Pakistani YouTuber known for his gaming videos.
But Slogo, you have been warned. If you say anything negative about me again, I will be releasing an AI diss track against you.
And then at the end of the video, basically the AI says that he's going to release an AI diss track. Not surprising, as Tiger has some experience with this. He was actually in one of Kwebbelkop's diss tracks.
Yo, Jordy, let me hop on the beat, man. Let me hop on the beat. Nah, Tiger, this one's mine. This one's all mine.
Anyway, this is where it kind of gets interesting. A large YouTuber / streamer by the name of Penguins, or Moist Critical, I think he's better known as, basically did a reaction video on the Kwebbelkop AI. You guys can go watch this yourself. I'm not going to watch this in this video because it's not about me, and everything has to be about me. Now, here's the Memeless reaction to my video. And one thing I will say before this, I actually really like Memeless's content, and although I don't think he necessarily watches my content or maybe even knows who I am, I know who he is, and I think he's great. So I don't want anything that I say to cloud that, basically.
The other day, I posted this video about Kwebbelkop AI.
So this video is actually a follow-up to a video that he's already done. Also, yes, Memeless doesn't show his face, which is actually interesting. Technically, you could change the person on the camera here to someone else and then do a voice changer, and you wouldn't even know. Like, it would be easier to make an AI Memeless than it is to make an AI Kwebbelkop. Just an interesting take there.
Slogo reacts to Kwebbelkop AI. Now, if you don't know who Slogo is, I wouldn't even know how to describe him. He's sort of like Kwebbelkop, but like less shouty.
Kwebbelkop, but less shouty. I'll take that.
Should YouTubers replace themselves with AI versions of themselves? The answer is obviously not.
So that's an interesting point, and I think it's kind of dumbing down the point here. My view on it is that YouTube's a big place. We're not going to run out of creators. So if someone wants to turn themselves into an AI and then someone wants to watch the content, then that's fine. Like, it's not a personal attack on anyone else.
And we'll be reacting to those in just a minute.
He doesn't react to those. He reacts to Slogo's video because I think they're like sort of mates or something.
Also, here he quickly mentions that me and Kwebbelkop are mates. Full disclaimer, like, we don't talk. Like, we don't see each other. We maybe text once every couple months. He did come on a podcast episode where we chat a bit, but other than that, like, I wouldn't say that we are like active friends.
Okay, so I've watched Slogo's reaction to this, and it is the most lukewarm reaction video I've ever seen in my life.
And this is kind of the main point. I sort of mentioned it at the beginning. Yeah, I get what you mean, kind of. To reiterate, that reaction video was kind of made for a more casual audience. And as a gamer, I'm gonna look at the gaming parts of it. I wasn't really there to break down like the philosophical debate of whether AI and creators should be a thing or not.
Like, these AI videos, I'm sorry to say it, are trash. I am a little bit impressed with like how you've managed to do it, but it's trash in comparison to a video recorded by an actual human.
At this point, I also realized that I think Memeless definitely doesn't watch much gaming videos. To say that that was trash in comparison to most, that's definitely a little bit ignorant, because that's exactly how majority of gaming videos are, which is like, fine. If people want to watch that, then that's okay.
So, as I said, this reaction video, there is nothing really of value this Slogo guy has to say. So let's just react along with the AI. Why not?
Okay, once again, beating me when I'm down. I get it. You didn't like the reaction video, but God, look at this screen. And I'm adding my face into this as well. Also, the voice. So as far as I'm aware, that isn't Kwebbelkop talking.
Well done!
I think he kind of missed the point of what I say here, which is fine. But by saying it's not Kwebbelkop talking, I was saying that it was somebody else talking, not like just a pure computer thing, like that was reusing Kwebbelkop's words or something like that. But I get that it wasn't super clear. I understand that.
The AI Kwebbelkop reacted to the Slogo video is a better video than the Slogo video reaction to the AI Kwebbelkop.
I feel like I'm going around in circles here because there's like lots of negative comments from Memeless about my reaction, which is fine. I think that was kind of the goal of his video, but it just reinforces how my intention with the original reaction was not to have this debate on whether this is right or wrong. It was just to watch an AI playing a game. But I guess this video is kind of filling that gap for you, Memeless. Maybe? And he doesn't know how to plant watermelon.
Yes, because I'm new at Minecraft.
Would the real Kwebbelkop know how to plant watermelon?
Why is he commenting the gameplay out of everything?
Because that was the point of the video, was to react to him playing Minecraft. Yes. Now, ultimately, Memeless as a character, his whole thing is to react to content. He doesn't, like, necessarily create content in himself. So the presence of Kwebbelkop as an AI is content for Memeless, which I understand. And I think having like a hypercritical reaction to it is kind of expected. It wouldn't be that entertaining if he watched this video and just commented on like how cool this was or how interesting it was. I think it probably could have done with a little bit more balance, but at the same time, reactions is not my thing. So I'm not gonna teach him how to do his job here. But I think one of the points that he's definitely missing here is that separating Geordie from this, I'm pretty sure Geordie knows what he's doing. He's trying to be divisive. He's trying to create a reaction from people like Memeless, because ultimately that's what's going to be bringing the attention to this. And I think his goal will be to continue to rile these people up so that they continue to make reaction content. And that's honestly the beautiful cycle of reactions on YouTube. Now here we have another YouTuber called Pineley, who I've actually also seen quite a lot of his videos on his main channel. Now this Kwebbelkop AI stuff has been relegated to his second channel, and thus so have I guess. RIP. But he generally does long, well thought out commentary content, and I think he's got some interesting takes.
Kwebbelkop, a very popular YouTuber who you may be a fan of if you're like 3.
Welcome to the bit.
Now he opens up by showing some of Kwebbelkop's like old content, and by the way, I just love that he spelled Kwebbelkop wrong. That's not hate on Pineley, I just find it so funny that everyone spells it like that.
Oh no.
Who said that?
His videos are just so awesome.
But he kind of suggests that his videos in general kind of suck. And I think this is another classic example of like, hey, it's not my taste. These kind of like low effort reaction videos to animations. And finally, I don't think it's your taste either. I hate to say it. I think that there are viewers for it, and they watched it.
He just can't stop talking about AI. All of his tweets are about AI. He loves AI, and in his opinion, that is the future of content creation.
Now, he starts out talking about how he's been keeping an eye on the Kwebbelkop Twitter account. I'll make it very clear, I think the Kwebbelkop Twitter account is purposely very chaotic and very polarizing. Like, the entire point of the Twitter account is to get people to get really riled up, and I think he's trying to be controversial on there.
Voice is AI. The things that he says were AI generated.
So this is another example of a creator that I don't think fully yet gets it. He says the voice is AI, the things he's saying is AI. It's not that complicated, it's not that deep.
I am personally not a fan of YouTube being taken over by robots.
And here he makes like a pretty fair point. He doesn't like the idea of YouTube being taken over by AI. I get that. I understand why you wouldn't like that, especially if you look at YouTube as like a artistic platform. The reality is that YouTube is just a cultural platform that people can do whatever they want on.
Mumbo Jumbo, who's another YouTuber, posted this tweet recently.
He also brings up how there's a Minecraft YouTuber who I think tweeted, it'll be on the screen, about how someone's reached out to them about changing their content to like an AI text-to-speech thing. I'd be very surprised if this was Kwebbelkop. I think that Kwebbelkop's actual system for making this content isn't nearly as advanced as it's made to look like. So I definitely don't think he's offering it to people. I think this is just someone taking advantage of what's going on, which inadvertently, or actually maybe the opposite of that, which kind of inadvertently is all playing into that overarching goal that Geordie has in general of getting lots of people to talk about him.
How did know that Slogo and Moist Critical have reacted to his videos? There's some form of a script here, some form of input that's more than what Kwebbelkop wants us to believe.
So I think this is a key part where I think he's realizing that all of this is a lot simpler than it's made out to look like.
With AI, I can also respond to your comments more efficiently and
Has he been responding to comments? Also, that's not you responding to comments more efficiently. It's just a bot doing it.
I like here, by the way, he makes a comment about like responding to comments and how it's just a bot responding to comments. I think that's kind of hilarious, actually. Considering how many bots are in YouTube comments, it's funny to think about a bot like talking to a bot and like thanking another bot for watching. Like that's the truly dystopian takeaway from this content.
I'm living in hell at the moment, and these 2 seconds are me, or what my experience in hell is like.
I gotta say, I much prefer this take on this absolute chaos right now.
I love how you can just never hear what this guy is saying because this robot is talking over him.
Another good take. I think it's pretty clear that Tiger, the Kwebbelkop AI, is not actually listening to anything I even said in my reaction. He's just focused on it being like a comeback / like a piece of just entertainment, which is fine. Stimulate those brain cells.
He was sad. You used AI in a derogatory way, Slogo. This is not acceptable. Please stop that.
Finally, you're hurting my feelings every time you call me Slogo. I know you're doing it on purpose. Meanie.
We needed evidence. How much does the voice influence the performance with the fans?
So at this point in the video, he kind of goes through some of the articles that have been done. And once again, I think that that's kind of a bit of a PR campaign type thing. A lot of them are like interviews with him, which are usually very like organized and set up. It's not really a surprise that a lot of them are a little bit all over the place. However, I do notice that one of them, I don't think he really mentions it, but they do refer to Blue, which is an AI YouTuber that Kwebbelkop had in the past. Well, it's still a thing, actually.
I'm retiring as a creator and letting this AI run, but I'm not retiring as a creative.
Now, at this point, he comments on a part about Geordie retiring. It's like I think it's quite a consistent theme on talking about how he's done things for a long time and wants to move on. I think it'd be interesting to give you guys a bit of an inside take here. Geordie, as I've known him for a long time, even in the beginning when we used to record, he's always strived for efficiency, let's just say. I think it's actually fair to say that I learned a lot from him in the early days on how to create consistent content. It's probably one of the most difficult things to do on YouTube as a platform. It's very rare to find creators that will upload as consistent as like someone like me or Jelly. For me, for example, for the most part, I don't think I've missed an upload since I started creating content like 6 or 7 or 8 years ago. I think that Geordie, though, always wanted to kind of go further than that. I think he knew that at a baseline, he could make a video a day or 2 videos a day. But I think ultimately, he wanted to make it efficient to the point where he just wasn't a part of that. So I don't think it's got anything to do with him getting old or retiring. To be honest with you, I don't think that Geordie will be retiring for 30, 40 years. I just think he wants to do more. And a part of that puzzle for him was replacing himself in his content so that he could spend that time doing other things.
Kwebbelkop claims to have like a wait list of 500 influencer friends that want to start adopting his AI tools.
He also refers here to a tweet where he said, Geordie says that he's got 500 people on a wait list. I think it's worth reiterating. His Twitter is content. It's all a lie, like, or it's all based on a very flaky truth. You reacting to it is just part of that content for him. I think Geordie is positioning himself as somewhat of like an Elon Musk character of like this person who you can like hate and like at the same time, is quite controversial, but everyone knows them. You know, everyone's talking about them. I think that's kind of the goal here. So saying stuff like that and then you disagreeing with it is kind of the point. Anyway, that brings us to the end of the Pineley video. I'm sure there'll be more videos that come out after this, but I hope this has given you guys a kind of a deeper insight into my thoughts about it. I also appreciate you guys have probably seen a very different Slogo in this video, but if this side of me is something that you guys enjoy listening to, then maybe it's something I'll lean on a bit more in the future. It's definitely a part of me that I've shown off more in the podcast with Jelly, 2/3, but after the sort of negative response to my first reaction, I thought it was worth digging in a bit deeper on the Slogo channel here. But yeah, bye.